Seshmila Jay. Some of you may know me as Seshmila Jay or Sesh. As Jeremy said, I'm a recent UCLA graduate, stylist, producer, broadcast journalist, and creative entrepreneur. I've had the opportunity of working award shows and working with some very talented artists within the entertainment industry, and this is my story. But before I begin, I just have to say again, thank you to Jeremy and the Young Money Savvy team, and for everyone who's here who hasn't had an opportunity to sit down with him, please do. He has so much information, and it could definitely help you out. So, where was I? There we go, okay. My parents, brother, and I migrated from Sri Lanka in the early 2000s. We had 8 suitcases with us and around $6,500 when we arrived in Southern California with a State Department-sponsored work visa from my mother, who is a Montessori teacher. This is a lot more than what a lot of other people have when arriving in America, and we were truly blessed to be able to have an opportunity to achieve the American dream. My family and I had humble beginnings in the city of La Habra. For example, we walked to the grocery store and school until my parents were able to rent a car. And my brother and I slept on a very comfy pull-out couch in the living room of our family's first cozy one-bedroom apartment. Reminiscing about these first few months in America and reflecting on how both my parents worked tirelessly to provide for my brother and I made a huge impact on my work ethic and the person I am today. It taught me that if you work hard, prepare for your opportunities, and have a proactive attitude, you will be successful in life. So, fast forward about 15 years, I find myself a high school graduate, my second year of school at the University of Laverne, and an international studies and music double major. So, I was torn between politics and entertainment, my love for philanthropy and standing up for people who didn't have a voice, as well as the artistic side of me were just on polar opposite ends. So I was participating in National Model United Nations, working part-time at a boutique, taking dance classes, mentoring a group of girls from Pomona High School, and focusing more so on my political aspirations, but something was still missing. I feared I would become the old grouchy lady that sits behind a desk working a 9-to-5 who hates life and everyone who crosses her path. And I felt like I was just settling with the more comfortable choice instead of putting myself out there. So I stumbled upon the 4th Estate Human Rights Summit application online while I was in class. Sorry, Dad. And I applied to it. And that summer, I ended up attending the summit. The summit was hosted by Invisible Children, and it was happening at UCLA. Little did I know that I would be graduating from there a few years later. The summit combined both activism and entertainment and taught me that I didn't have to choose just one thing. I could do both, politics and entertainment, and make a difference in the world. Once I returned from the summit, I found an email from a community college stating that I qualified for an honors program, and upon completion, my chances from getting into UCLA would raise from 30% to 70%. Now, that still left 30% chance that I wouldn't get in, and that's a lot. So I told my parents I'm going to withdraw from the 4-year institution, which we had both taken out massive loans for, and started enrolling in community college in hopes of transferring to UCLA. And with their blessing, I began my journey. I made the decision I would only apply to UCLA. I took about 18 to 20 units a semester at Citrus Community College, and I completed my program. And yes, I know I'm crazy, and as my friends like to call me, I'm the definition of being extra, but I needed this. My soul needed this, and no matter how many obstacles were in my way, or the nights I spent crying out of sheer frustration from the lack of sleep and realizing, hey, I'm probably not gonna get into UCLA, like there's a huge chance I won't. I knew my problems would eventually work themselves out. Has anyone in here read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho? Yes, okay, a few. All right, in the book he writes, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. Yes, the universe will conspire to help you achieve your fate, and you will have to take initiative or, well, action in order to do so, and listen to the signs and work towards your goal. So, the way when an opportunity presents itself, you are ready to take it and achieve it. My testimony to this would be when I went to UCLA for a Human Rights Summit and now am an alumni. Another testimony was when we had a conference and A$AP Rocky was in the building and he was on a panel discussion. And I was in the audience and he said, hey, I have 10 tickets to launch with guests. It's an exclusive party. If anyone's trying to get into entertainment, you need to be there. But there's a catch. You got to ask a really good question. Now, a couple years back, ending my first year of college, I had the most profound conversation with a stranger. And he asked me, what is my legacy? Now, that became my favorite question when I'm interviewing people. So I knew I had a really good question. I just needed to be picked to ask it. So after about like 45 minutes of standing on a chair in my work heels and jumping up and down, Steve Beitlein chose me. And I was able to ask A$AP Rocky, also known as Rakim, what is your legacy as Rakim and what is your legacy as A$AP Rocky? And they were both amazed by that question because it took a little bit of time after a lot of other questions that were asked, that they gave me the golden ticket. And I was finally able to attend a huge event that was gonna get me closer within the industry that I wanted to go to. So once I got the ticket, I knew, hey, I have to get my elevator pitch ready. Does anyone know what an elevator pitch is out here? What is it?
You get 3 minutes to sell yourself.
Yeah, basically. So anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute where you get to tell people, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I want to do. So for example, mine is, hey, I'm Seshmila Jay. I'm a UCLA musicology graduate who has professional experience in television and film. And I want to create content that redefines stereotypes. Now, everyone in the audience today, if you don't have an elevator pitch and you need to go out and network, make sure you have that in your back pocket before you step into a room where you're going to be networking with people. Because it will help you when you're networking in situations like the one I was in, where I got to hang out with the likes of A$AP Rocky, Leanne V from Instagram, Kendall Jenner, and many, many other talented creatives. And it truly was a huge night to remember. So throughout my journey in life, I have learned that the path to our goals isn't always straight. There are a lot of deep valleys and mountains and enormous mountains we must trek through to make our goals a reality. I did things backwards and transferred from a private 4-year institution to a community college and ended up graduating from UCLA. And because of my life experience and preparation, I knew my questions and elevator pitch would help me network with some very, very important people. When things get tough or you feel lost or are trying to find your purpose and calling in life, remember what the author and filmmaker Joel Baker said. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. And vision with action can change the world and help you achieve your wildest dreams. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe. You could also see the rest of the speeches on the channel. Enjoy.